Welcome back, Parkway Central. I'm Alex Lamson.
And I'm Jeffrey Eidelman.
It's time for another mediocre year here at the school. Get excited, folks. We aren't even 1/30th of the way there.
Nice pessimistic view, Alex. This year is going to be great, just like this episode of PCHtv.
You're right. This year there are plenty of new staff members working hard every day to make this wonderful production.
But we aren't the only ones working hard. There are new teachers making a difference here at Parkway Central.
Many of our new teachers are finding the transition to Central High very easy.
I'm loving it. I've got a lot of help getting started, and it's been a pretty smooth transition coming here from North to Central, so it's been a good start to the year.
Any questions? Ask me. For work.
All my students have been great. I've really enjoyed working with them, so I'm excited for the school year.
Statement based on an observation. So you're observing this pattern, and so then you have to make some observation about it. Like what can you make? Like what can you say that's happening in that pattern? So
teachers that have been at Central High are helping these new teachers to learn the ropes.
Help me with giving me advice. I know I can go to them if I need anything. So they've all been very welcoming.
Hey, how do we describe that pattern? Somebody else.
Being involved in extracurricular activities helps the teachers to get to know their students better.
I'm helping out with the boys and girls cross country team, running with them. It helps to kind of know kids outside of my class too. I love it. Everyone's really, they're all working really hard, and it's fun to see them see that their hard work is helping them improve.
Pretty good.
We're doing the Scholar Bowl here, and a Latin club maybe, so those are the kind of two things I'll be focusing on this year.
The welcoming students here at Central are making these teachers' jobs more fitting.
It's a different atmosphere, I guess you could say. Kind of different demographics of students and things like that, but I'm really liking my classes. I have really high achieving students, maybe even higher than I saw at North, so it's been nice in that respect.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Does somebody have something different?
From PCHtv, I'm Caroline Fenton.
And I'm Harley Whitehouse.
Hopefully we haven't scared them away yet.
Funny, Alex. We don't just have new teachers. We also have a new athletic director.
The new athletic director, Mr. John Theobald, is transitioning from the math classroom to the athletic director's office.
Mostly what I've done is really just trying to figure out what it is that I need to be doing. It's definitely a little bit of a change of pace, the day-to-day process.
The day-to-day process is different from being an athletic director to being a math teacher.
Sitting here at this desk is, something I'm not used to, so I do tend to get up and do a few walkabouts through the school just because I'm used to being up and moving around a bit more.
Mr. Theobald, known as Theo to people around the school, has implemented some new ideas in the athletic department.
The biggest thing that I've done to this point is just trying to get more of our stuff online, getting technology to do what it's supposed to do, whether it be gym schedules, setting up a Twitter feed for PCH Athletics, it's at PCH Colts. So it's really just been more along those lines, trying to catch up with technology.
While Mr. Theobald is doing many things to advance the athletic department, there is one thing that he can't do: coach soccer.
I haven't had time necessarily to think about that I should be coaching instead, so it's definitely a strange feeling, but usually I'm too busy to even think about it.
Not coaching soccer with Theo is a new feeling for recently promoted head coach Brian Adam.
Obviously I miss him. He and I got along quite well. It's just taking his approach and his view out of it. We still do things the same way. It's just we miss bouncing ideas off of him, or he got really good at looking at the big picture during a game, during a season, and being able to craft that. And I'm still working on that, but he was a little bit quicker at the big picture.
Although Coach Adam doesn't get to interact with Theo on the sideline, they still keep in touch.
Implementing a drill, or this player did this, what else can they do? Same conversations that we did off the field, we still have all the same ones.
From PCHtv, I'm Dean Trail.
Obviously you have to be well prepared to be an athletic director.
Theo isn't the only one who has to be well prepared. STUCO is already planning for homecoming.
It's September now, and homecoming week is rapidly approaching. STUCO is preparing to make it a phenomenal week, and it all starts with a great theme.
The theme of homecoming is Disney for the whole school, and each grade level has a different movie or franchise from the Disney theme. And so the seniors, we're the seniors of the Caribbean, off Pirates of the Caribbean, and then juniors are Finding Nemo, sophomores are Aladdin, and freshmen are Monsters, Inc.
Each grade level chooses their own Disney movie in different ways. Juniors wanted to be unique when coming up with their movie idea.
We were noticing a lot of the other classes were doing like kind of on land movies besides seniors because they're Pirates of the Caribbean.
Sophomores came up with the idea to pay tribute with their movie idea.
Doing Aladdin as the theme, so it's going to be pretty oriental, and we're going to have all the main characters, the genie, because, you know, tribute to Robin Williams.
Making these ideas come to life takes time. STUCO members must learn to balance making decorations with their extracurricular activities.
Well, I think it helps that we kind of like getting together and making all these decorations. Like we'll order pizza and then just sit at someone's house for like 6 hours and just plan and like assign responsibilities and go pick up decorations and start making the ones that we make. And it's just really fun, and we're usually pretty productive, and we do it the weekends before homecoming, and usually the night before homecoming we'll stay after school or like after school, and we will set up decorations that we couldn't before.
Although STUCO produces many things in homecoming week, they still get to partake in all of the fun.
I love like the actual homecoming week of, you know, themes and dressing up, because I feel like it's a really good chance to just like kind of be crazy and really show your school spirit. But kids get really into it, and it's pretty hilarious, and homecoming is always more fun when people really get into it.
For homecoming week, there's always the possibility of a few surprises.
No, but there is a possibility of a new thing coming soon. I'm not saying what, but soon, so yes.
For PCHtv, I'm Jeffrey Eidelman.
And I'm Alex Lance.
Author of the Declaration of Independence and third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, once said, "STUCO is the binding force of schools and success and spirit across the nation."
Where did you get this fact from?
That's not important. What's important, it's time for another PCHtv classic, Man on the Street.
This summer I worked at Sports Fusion, and for the most part it was pretty slow, so I kind of just cleaned in, swept a lot. Sometimes there's a couple of laser tag games. My favorite part was when there was there's just 2 people per game and I could just play with them.
This summer, I worked at Remote Amuna Day Camp.
This summer I babysat.
Over the summer I worked as a camp counselor, which, despite my lack of previous lifeguard training or any certification whatsoever, actually saved more than 4 children's lives along with 1 grown adult. So I feel like I accomplished much this summer.
I worked at a surf shop in North Carolina.
This summer I shined shoes at the hair salon for men.
Well, those are some of the interesting jobs students at Central had this summer. For PCHtv, I'm Thomas Reckenberg.
Sounds like some pretty cool jobs this summer. I had a blast this summer working at one of the finer restaurants of the St. Louis area. Subway.
You mean Subway?
It's all the same things these days.
Well, what isn't the same these days is Red and White Night. I wonder how Red and White Night fared for all the athletes.
During the first week of school, fall athletes featured their talents at Red and White Night.
You know, Red and White Night's a nice way to just kind of get people up here to see what's going on the campus and check out some of our fall sports.
Although parents do like watching their kids also appreciate them coming and showing support.
Red and White Night was like more of like a basic practice, but we got to play and like have people watch us, and it was really fun because like a lot of people don't like watching tennis because it's like not one of the bigger sports, but it was really fun.
Red and White Night was especially beneficial for JV and freshman football.
Red and White Night went well. We got to see our guys in action for the first time. We got a real young team on JV, so it was kind of seeing them under the lights in some action for the first time. So.
Not only did sports teams get a show off in front of a crowd, dance team also got to perform their routine on the field.
I think it's nice it's our first showcase for the school because even though we performed over the summer, not many people got to see it, and it's just nice to see the other sports.
Also at Red and White Night was the step team, who put up a stand to try to recruit members.
We put up a stand so people could acknowledge us. They kind of came after we did Red and White Night, so it kind of helped.
From PCHtv, I'm Matthew Gibbs.
Athletes appeared pretty busy that night. and it looks like it'll be a good year for all sports.
Athletes weren't the only ones working that night. Also at Red and White Night, the marching band performed.
Many people do not know what happens behind the scenes of marching band.
It's very physical, and you don't just have to sit there the whole time and just play music. You get to move around and talk to your friends. There's so many more things to it than just playing music.
When everybody's trying to make the drill together and make the big picture, you kind of build teamwork a little bit better.
We are literally like a family.
We asked one marching club her opinion on the hardest instrument in marching band.
Every position has its own different things that are difficult, so there's really not one hard position. But the tubas have a hard time because their instruments are so big and it's constantly on their shoulders.
We asked some marching colts of their opinion on water breaks.
A lot of stuff happens during water breaks. Everything except drinking water.
A lot happens during water breaks. That's the time where at the end of 20 or 30 minutes of rehearsal, we all chill out and let loose.
The band participates in multiple events throughout the year.
Perks of last year were getting to go to the Edward Jones Dome twice, once for a competition and again for the state football game. And for this year, I'm really looking forward to going to Missouri State.
The time commitment for these marching colts, well, is a lot. But if you ask all of them, they'll say that it's worth it.
As Mr. Hoover used to say, the juice is definitely worth the squeeze. It is a lot of time, but like after a performance and you know you worked your hardest and you laid everything down on the line, you know it's like you feel so happy and like it's definitely worth all that time and all that effort that you put into it.
Football games sure wouldn't be the same without marching band.
Well, that's all we have for this episode.
For PCHtv, I'm Alex Lanson.
And a wise man once told me, I'm Jeffrey Idleman. Until next time.